I just hope someone wakes me up in the middle of the night, kidnaps me, and puts me on a train and sends me to the North Pole. Hey guys, it's Sharon. Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 5. I am still sick. I do apologize, even though it's not my fault I got sick. But I'm still here, we're still kicking, and we're still making Vlogmas videos. I said for Vlogmas that it's gonna be like a mix of just Christmas related videos and some of my classic fan favorite videos, and today is a Christmas related video, and this is my Christmas watch list. These are just 25 movies I think are really solid to watch every Christmas or every holiday season if you don't celebrate Christmas in general. Even though these are very Christmassy movies, I'm not gonna lie, I love watching these to really get me in the Christmas spirit. So I will be telling you the movie titles, where you can watch them, and also just a little blurb about it so I don't make this the longest video ever in the world. If you want to see more, definitely give us a thumbs up. If you're into recommendation videos like this, I do have a couple of Netflix recommendation videos if I'm not mistaken, and I also have a Halloween watch list if you're into spooks year round as well. But if you're also into other stuff like tea and period help and girl talks, I have playlists for all of those on my channel, so if you have any video requests, make sure to comment those down below. If you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss more Vlogmas episodes, because I will be uploading a new video every day until Christmas, and you will get a new one tomorrow as well. So you can also binge the ones before this. But enough about that. Go grab your TV, your laptop, your phone, and maybe some teas, some hot cocoa, some blankets, some snacks, and let's get into this Christmas watch list. First on my watch list, these are my absolute most favorite Christmas movies ever. It's the Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3 with Tim Allen, and you can watch these on Disney Plus, Hulu, and on Prime. Now, I do want to point out, when I say Hulu throughout this video, majority of the time it's probably like the Hulu add-on, so not like the first tier of Hulu, so definitely double check. The little blurb for this movie is, when a man accidentally makes Santa fall off his roof on Christmas Eve, he finds himself magically recruited to take his place. I really like the second movie. Actually, the second and the third, I'd say, are pretty tied for being my favorite. Another one on Disney, which is Frozen. You can't go wrong with Frozen, and that being said, you can also watch Frozen 2 while you're at it. Obviously, you can watch this on Disney Plus, and also you can rent it from Prime. When I mentioned Prime, some of these might not be included with Prime, some of them might be an additional like fee to watch. The blurb for Frozen, if you haven't seen Frozen and you've somehow been living under a rock and avoided Frozen for this long, is when the newly crowned Queen Elsa accidentally uses her power to turn things into ice to curse her home in infinite winter, her sister Anna teams up with a mountain man, his playful reindeer, and a snowman to change the weather condition. Oh my god, guys. That being said, look at my Olaf squish! Cutest thing in the world! Next movie. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the original. The only place that I could find it on was Prime for like $10, so it's definitely a pricier one on Prime. The blurb is just, a misfit reindeer and his friends look for a place that will accept them. There's also one that I completely forgot about, and that is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie from the 90s, from 1998. And the blurb is, it's up to Santa's most famous reindeer to save the day when an evil queen conjures up a storm on Christmas. If I'm not mistaken, there's also another one, and it's like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the Island of Misfit Toys or something. Also, when Christmas comes around, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Obviously, there's the original cartoon one from the 60s, and of course the live action one with Jim Carrey. You can watch those on Hulu, and you can watch those on Prime. It's basically just a grumpy hermit hatches a plan to steal Christmas from the Who's of Whoville. There's also a 2018 version, and to be honest, like, the story is pretty much the same throughout whichever movie you watch. I really enjoy all three versions, so I mean, if you got time and you really love How the Grinch Stole Christmas, might as well watch all three. The first time ever I watched this movie was very recently, and that is Elf. Elf you can watch on HBO Max, on Hulu plus Stars, and on Prime. And it's basically raised as an oversized elf, a human travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his biological father, who doesn't know he exists and is in desperate need of some Christmas spirit. It is very funny, and it's a very lighthearted movie that I'm sure you will enjoy. A classic cartoon that is A Charlie Brown Christmas, and you can find that on Apple TV Plus and on Prime. Depressed at the commercialism he sees around him, Charlie Brown tries to find a deeper meaning to Christmas. It's very short, but it's very cute, and it's a classic that you can't go wrong with. A lot of these also are, if you still have cable, on ABC Family. They do like the 25 5 Days of Christmas marathon. So if you can't stream some of these, maybe you can catch some of these on TV. Another classic that has a bunch of movies is Home Alone. Of course, I'm gonna say like the original OG Home Alone. You can watch that on Disney Plus, on Prime, and on Hulu. It's an 8-year-old troublemaker must protect his house from a pair of burglars when he is accidentally left home alone by his family during Christmas vacation. There are actually 6 different Home Alone movies, and there was one that was released this year. If you want to watch 6 Home Alone movies, definitely go for it. If you love romance in the holidays, you can watch Love Actually on Prime, and that one follows the lives of 8 very different couples in dealing with their love lives and various loosely interrelated tales, all set during a frantic month before Christmas in London, England. I saw this one for the first time last year, and it's a classic. It really is. I thought it was so dark. That's A Christmas Carol. My favorite version is the 2009 version. That's like kind of like live action looking, but it's not. But it's like, is CGI the term I'm looking for? I don't know, dude. You can watch that on Disney Plus, on Prime, and on Hulu. It's just an animated retelling of Charles Dickens' classic novel about a Victorian-era miser taken on a journey of self-redemption, courtesy of several mysterious Christmas apparitions. If you want like a lighter version of it, there's The Muppets, A Christmas Carol, and there's also Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's like a classic story that's been told many times. Obviously, Mickey and the Muppets you can watch on Disney Plus, and I'm sure you might be able to find it on Prime as well for a fee. Another thing you can watch on Disney Plus is The Nightmare Before Christmas, and you can also find that on Disney Plus, Hulu, and Prime. We're gonna start a debate in the comments. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Because I think it's a Christmas movie. The name Christmas is literally in the title, and the whole plot of the movie is Jack Skellington wanting to become Sandy Claus. Yet everyone associates it with a Halloween movie just because they're spooky looking, but they're trying to bring Christmas to a spooky town. So I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. But here's basically the summary of A Nightmare Before Christmas, or what the movie is about. Jack Skellington, king of Halloween Town, discovers Christmas Town, but his attempts to bring Christmas to his home causes confusion. This was one of my favorites to watch as a kid. I still do love this movie. That is The Polar Express. You can watch that on Hulu, HBO Max, or Prime. It's on Christmas Eve. A young boy embarks on a magical adventure to the North Pole on the Polar Express while learning about friendship, bravery, and the spirit of Christmas. If you're into more lighthearted and comedy, Christmas with the Cranks, you can watch that on Hulu and Prime. And the blurb is, with their daughter Blair away, Luther and Nora Crank decide to skip Christmas altogether until she decides to come home, causing an uproar when they have to celebrate it at the last minute. Jingle All the Way, you can watch that on Hulu, Disney Plus, or Prime. The blurb is, a father vows to get his son a Turbo Man action figure for Christmas. However, every store is sold out of them and he must travel all over town and compete with everybody else in order to find one. This is every human ever during the holidays, is because you just see how barbaric people get when holiday shopping for gifts and how they will just do anything to give their child the perfect Christmas and whatever toy they want. This one is definitely one of my favorites forever, and one of my favorites when I was a kid. That is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. You can watch that on Disney Plus, Hulu, and Prime. It's just Mickey and his friends star in 3 heartwarming stories of Christmas past. And there's also Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas as well. Frosty the Snowman, you can watch that on Hulu and on Prime, and it's a living snowman and a little girl struggle to elude a greedy magician who is after the snowman's magic hat. Frosty the Snowman is just one of those classic. It's up there with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You can't go wrong with it. I gotta throw this in here. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And you can watch that on Hulu, HBO Max, and on Prime. If you don't know what Harry Potter is, I don't know, maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you haven't read it, but an orphan boy enrolls in a school of wizardry where he learns the truth about himself, his family, and the terrible evil that haunts the magical world. This movie, the concept is a little bit sad, but it is a classic. That is Jack Frost. You can watch that on HBO Max and on Prime. It's basically about a father who can't keep his promises, dies in a car accident. 1 year later, he returns as a snowman who has the final chance to put things right with his son before he is gone forever. For the longest time, I could not remember this movie. It's The Year Without Santa Claus, and you can watch this on Prime. It's basically when a weary and discouraged Santa Claus considers skipping his Christmas Eve run 1 year, and Miss Claus and his elf set out to change his mind. And this is the movie that includes Heat Miser and Snow Miser, and for the longest time, I would only have those in my head, and I'm like, I don't know where they're from. I just remember them from my childhood, and this is the movie, so another classic you can't go wrong with. I love this movie so much. It was a DCOM, meaning a Disney Channel original movie. It was the ultimate Christmas present. It's on Disney Plus now, it's on Hulu, and it's on Prime. It's about this girl who steals a weather machine from Santa Claus to make a snow day in like California. California, and then the machine breaks and just causes an out of control snowstorm. I loved watching this when it was on Disney Channel, and it's just like, you can't go wrong with that one. This one's a little bit newer, but I think it is super cute and super sweet. It's Noelle. It's, I believe, a Disney Plus original, so you can only find it on Disney Plus. It's basically when Santa's daughter must take over the family business when her father retires, and her brother, who is supposed to inherit the Santa role, gets cold feet. So you get a female Santa Claus. I have to watch this every Christmas season, or else it was not a Christmas season. That is Deck the Halls. And you can watch this on Hulu, HBO Max, and Prime. It's the one with Matthew Broderick, who is Ferris Bueller from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's basically about two neighbors who have it out after one of them decorates his house for the holidays so brightly that it can be seen from space. It's basically just two neighbors trying to outdo each other with their Christmas decorations, and it's just, I love that movie so much. This one has slowly and creepily become one of my new Christmas favorites. It is The Christmas Chronicles. They're Netflix originals, if I'm not mistaken. It's the story of a sister and brother, Kate and Teddy Pierce, whose Christmas Eve plan to catch Santa Claus on camera turns into an unexpected journey that most kids could only dream about. And there's also a second movie, Unaccompanied Minors. It's on Netflix, Hulu, and on Prime. And it's a group of unaccompanied minors bond while snowed in at a Midwestern Hoover International Airport during the holiday season and ultimately create a makeshift holiday themselves. I love this movie so much. This one is a Netflix original. It is A Christmas Prince. It's when a reporter goes undercover as a tutor to get the inside scoop on a Playboy prince. She gets tangled in some royal intrigue and ends up finding love, but will she be able to keep up her lie? There are actually 3 of these movies. My favorite is the first one. I think the second and the third one just became a little bit tacky and corny, but I mean, it's literally like the cheesiest romantic Christmas movie you can think of. Like, a woman falls in love with a prince over Christmas, you know? I still think it's a cute watch anyways. Another one that's like very similar to that, and they kind of mention each other in the movies, it's another Netflix original. It's The Princess Switch with Vanessa and Hudgens. Competing in a Christmas baking competition in Belgravia, a Chicago baker bumps into the prince's fiance, who looks just like her. They switch lives for 2 days, and there are also 3 of these movies. Again, the first one is my favorite. As more and more come out, they become more cheesy and cornier, but it's still a solid holiday watch. I technically just listed 25 movies, but I do want to throw in just honorable mentions. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh. It's when like Drake and Josh, I believe they like get arrested and have to move a group home and do like a Christmas parade or something like that. It was one of my favorites to watch when I was younger. Also, Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, just because the feel of Narnia in the winter time, just like Christmas. Scooby-Doo, Haunted Holidays. Can never go wrong with Scooby-Doo in my opinion. I also want to throw in Disney Plus for episodes, which include Kim Possible, Sweet Life, That's So Raven, Good Luck Charlie, Lilo and Stitch, Hannah Montana, all those Disney Channel classics. Even if you're into new Disney Channel, they have episodes as well. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas watch list. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you have something that you love to watch during the Christmas time that I did not mention, please recommend it in the comments below. If there's also a specific video you'd want to see from me this Vlogmas, let me know in the comments as well. Now, shout out of the day goes to Kabiel on Instagram. Thank you so much. If you'd like to be shout out of the day, just follow me on my Instagram and stay active. I just realized we are about 1/4. Is it 1/4 or 1/5? 25. We are 1/5. We are 1/5 through Vlogmas. So we still have 20 videos left to go. Wow, that's crazy. We're a 5th way there, guys. You can go check out my other Vlogmas videos on my channel, starting with day 1, where you decorate with me for Christmas. So lots of bingeable content and lots of more future bingeable content as well. So make sure you're subscribed and you turn on those post notifications so you do not miss an upload, and so you were the first one here in Vlogmas, and you get to say, I was the first one in Just Sharon's first ever Vlogmas series on this day. Amazing, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye!